Here we have Alan. So the first thing we talked about was on a lot of your strokes, you're sort of crossing over, or you were crossing over, sort of reaching past your center line. And that's what's causing that bit of torque in your body as you swim along. So we fixed that towards the end of this, and you'll see that in the video. Things you got that are good, your body position is pretty good, so you're streamlined in the water, your hips and legs are not too low. You're reaching forward really well, so your extension is good. It's just the direction of your extension at the moment that we needed to improve. Head position is good, breathing looks comfortable. So all in all, above water technically wise, it's just that entry and extension point. So when you enter and then reach forward, you want to reach more or less directly in front of your shoulder. You don't want your hand to come in front of your head. So this view just gives you an idea of a little bit of the extra motion that's going on when you reach in front of your head like that. So it causes a bit of excessive hip roll. Your extension though is really good. It's just the direction. Alright, so underwater. Alright, essentially what you're doing is what I call a straight arm pull. So you're entering and you're pulling straight down, straight back. Your arm is coming under your body somewhat, so it's like a straight arm pull with a bit of pull under your body, which uses biceps more than lats. And that's just a little bit, so that's actually okay. So we talked a lot about the high elbow catch. The deal with the straight arm pull is that it's pretty strong. The problem with it is that essentially the first third of the stroke just pushes water down, so it doesn't. That first third of the stroke doesn't do a whole bunch to pull you forward. So if you can get the high elbow catch, which is where your shoulder sort of rotates internally, your elbow comes up, your hand and forearm angle down or vertical to the bottom of the pool, you get a better leverage on the water and are able to pull yourself forward with more power. That particular style of swimming uses your lats as the primary muscle mover. The lat is a better muscle for this because it's a bigger muscle and it's longer than your bicep. So here, I think we had talked about doing a catch-up drill. That's where you kind of slow down the turnover and work on extending forward as well as you can. So here I was having you work on the direction that you're extending to, so trying to extend a little farther outside the line of your body. So from a technique standpoint, from a isolation kind of standpoint, this is better. If you watch this and then go back and watch the first part, you're not swimming quite as fast here because it's messing up your rhythm a bit. But you're just focusing on where you're extending to. So this is good to do in practice, and then you get this timing down, you get this sort of motion down, and then be able to speed back up. And this is the Always Fun one arm drill. So this is a real isolation drill. It's a strength builder, and this you really work on the catch as much as possible. So this is where you're trying to get your shoulder rotated internally, getting that elbow up, getting that high elbow catch. You're doing a pretty good job here. You can see when viewed from this angle right here, if your hand and forearm disappear from view, then that means you have angled them down. And the sooner they disappear from view, the better you're doing with that early vertical forearm. That's the thought, that it's not just a high elbow, but you're trying to get your hand and your forearm vertical as quickly as possible.
Catch-up drill, working on long extension here.
So this is back to catch-up drill, just working on reaching forward as well as you can. When you practice this, what you do with catch-up drill is you'll enter your arm or enter your hand, reach forward, and then leave it out there while your other arm comes around, and then your hands almost touch. So for a brief moment, both hands are going to be all the way in front of you. But while you work on that, you don't have to do that immediately. So what you're doing is fine here. So you would call this extension or overextension drill. Other things that'll help with this are making sure you work on shoulder flexibility, lat stretches, cross shoulder stretches. Basically all the upper body stretches that a lot of us don't spend too much time on. They will be real helpful for swimming.
Fist drill.
And this is fist drill. This one really trains your hand and forearm, sort of teach you to pull with your forearm instead of just your hand. So with this drill, you want to swim with normal swim timing.
That's good.
And what you want to do is really try and think about grabbing the water or feeling the water with your forearm, because you use the surface area of your hand that gives you the most tactile sense, but your forearm is also a bunch of surface area. It doesn't have as many nerve endings, so you're not going to be able to feel as well with it. But this drill really helps you train it, and then makes you at least conscious of that fact. The better your high elbow catch is, the faster you're going to go with this drill. So you can sometimes see some pretty good swimmers swimming with closed hands, moving along pretty well. It's because they're getting that early vertical forearm or high elbow catch. So at the end of the video is a handful of screenshots of your underwater passes. So here you got good extension, good reach, then you're starting to pull. So this is what I'm calling about a straight arm. So there's no difference in the angle from the upper arm to the forearm. Here your forearm starts to angle under your body. There's going to be some natural rotation under the body, but in general you want to keep that pull line outside your body. That'll use your lat more, which is just a better position muscle for the swimming mechanics. So here again, good reach forward, good extension, and then not too much glide, which is good. You start to pull immediately, and then same kind of angle on the hand and forearm. So that's again a straight arm pull, and then rotating under your body somewhat. So you're good all in all. High elbow catch, and then work on directly forward with the entry.